Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and this is my review for Hunter x Hunter episode 147. Hunter x Hunter 2011, episode 147. Second to last episode, alright? And listen, you guys, I just finished, before I watched this episode, which, like, just now, I had just gotten done with an exam in my Decision Processes of American Political Institutions class. Yeah. So it's safe to say that this kind of episode was not exactly my cup of tea right after doing all that crap with decision processes and blah blah blah. Okay? So I don't know, maybe that had an impact on what I thought about this episode, but I don't know. I just did not think it was the best episode ever. I mean, it wasn't a bad episode, but I just did not think it was good either. I thought it was mediocre at best. Alright, we get this koala who he's this dude. He's talking to this red-haired girl about another red-haired girl who looks exactly the same. So you're kind of just assuming they're either the same person or it's like a sister or something. But and he's talking to this red girl and this redhead girl, and he's talking about how he essentially used to be reborn from Hitman Reborn. Kentucky Hitman Reborn, you know, part of the Von Gogh family, mafia, and stuff like that. You know, he essentially used to be reborn in his previous life before he was killed and became a chimera ant. Right? And he's talking about, you know, he's killed people before and this and that, and, you know, talking about whether they were able to escape. He starts talking about human souls and DNA, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking? Like, this dude, like where I just had no clue where this guy was going with this. I had no clue where he was going with this at all. I was just trying to wait for the end and see like what he was going to end up saying at the end. And he ended up saying he was trying to save himself by confessing to the person who inherited the girl's appearance, the girl who he killed, in order to save her from the chimera ants who were going to torture her alive. And I was just like, that was it. I sat through half the episode listening to you talk about souls and what people escaping and DNA and crap so that you can. I understand that this is developing his character, but this just came out of nowhere. Like this dude hasn't shown up in like a year, maybe even more. Maybe even more. Like I just picked a year out of nowhere. That's just a random number I picked. I'm pretty sure it's been at least a year, because this dude hasn't showed up since like the beginning of the Chimera Anarch. Like, it's been a long time. Okay, like, it's probably been at least a year since this dude showed up. Right? And he's showing up again like it's nothing. Like he's been here the entire time. Like, he's been relevant. He's just monologuing. It's just the most random thing ever. I'm like, oh, I'm watching this. Like, it's like there was no build-up or anything to his return. Or there was no, like, we see glimpses of him. We see him walking into this building to go talk to this red-haired girl. There was none of that. He was just there, and then he just starts talking and talking and talking like we should care. Why should we care? This dude's not even important, or at least we don't view him as important because he hasn't done anything, like, ever. Like he hasn't even shown up in a year. Like, this guy just randomly showing up and monologuing like this is like, it's like if after what's going on in Naruto right now, if Kishi just decided next chapter to show Konohamaru, and he's just monologuing about spirits and souls and DNA, and then we go back to what's going on with Sasuke and Naruto. Or like if we random, or like in One Piece, if we randomly went to Luffy's village and that girl who works at the bar, who owns the bar, if we just heard her monologuing about spirits and DNA, then went back to Doflamingo and Luffy and Law and stuff. You know, like, it's the most random thing. It's like, this just didn't make any sense. It's like it felt incredibly forced. That's what it was. It was just forced. Like, this was painful. This was painful. Alright, and people in Crunchyroll agree with me, apparently, because there was this long thread. Like, the person who made the first comment got like 180 thumbs up for it, like, saying, like, please just make that koala shut up. Someone killed this guy. Alright, like, that's how much people just did not like the scene. So, I'm not alone in thinking this. I don't know, maybe some people did like it. I just could not bring myself to care. in the end, we did learn that the red-haired girl was Kite, so that something did get accomplished here. But still, I mean, I just could not bring myself to care even after that. All right, the power that Ging talked about. Obviously, this is it. So Kite can, I guess, have himself be reborn in the body of someone who is dead. Um, or maybe it's not being reborn inside the body of someone who's dead, but it's being reborn with the appearance of someone who's already been killed, or maybe they don't have to be killed at all. Maybe it's someone who he's been in contact with or something like that. I don't know. Hell, has he ever been in contact with that girl? Maybe. Did they ever go through? I don't know. I don't remember. And to be honest, this episode wasn't good enough to make me want to go back and check. So, so that's that. But yeah, that's yeah. So we got more information about Kite's power, but yeah. After that, the koala gets up and leaves because Gon shows up. All right. He apologizes. Simple. After that, we get some shenanigans with Gon and Killua and Alka. I just did not care. I really just did not care. I do not care about learning about the World Tree. They could go up there and see Kirito, Asuna, Sugo, Kayaba, Akihiko. I don't care. They could go up there and see anybody. I don't care about learning about these random facts. 500 feet tall or whatever. You know, oh, 1% of people fall from the top. Like, I don't care. Gon sitting there pouting in the streets, moaning. I almost took my headphones off. Like no joke. I found it funny the way they animated Killua pulling him off to the side. I thought that was actually kind of funny, but still, I just did not care. Killua told Gon about Alka and how she was the one that healed him. So I guess I don't really know why Leoria was told to not talk to Gon. I guess Killua wanted to be the one to say it. I guess. But clearly, it's not what I thought it was about him not liking friends apologizing to each other and stuff. So clearly that wasn't it. Whatever. And that's that. And at the end of the episode, the two of them part ways. Killua goes off with Alka, and Gon goes off to go talk to Ging at the top of the World Tree. And that's that. I'll give the episode a 6 out of 10. I thought it was mediocre at best. This was just not my cup of tea. It was just not my cup of tea. Half the episode felt like a waste. The other half of the episode felt unnecessary. Oh, not unnecessary, but just overly childish, which is weird to say since Gon and Killua are their childs. Wow, they're children, and so is Alka too. But I just did not care. I just did not care. It wasn't interesting. It didn't really do my. It's not. I'm giving this episode a 6 out of 10, and that's that, you guys. Next episode's the final episode. I'll admit that this was actually a perfect place to stop. It's like where they stopped in the Hitman Reborn anime. It's like a perfect place to stop. And at this point, I don't even know how the manga's still going right now. I mean, it's still going. Togashi takes hiatuses more than people take bathroom breaks. But it's and now he's out with back pain because he worked for like a few weeks and that was just too much for him to handle. Dude, man, people like Oda and Hiro Mashima, these dudes like them they put Togashi to shame. Oh man, Hiro Mashima doing like 20 manga chapters a week and crap. Oda getting 3 hours of sleep every night. Togashi can't even do like 3 or 4 chapters without getting back pain. Oh my god. I mean, I shouldn't make fun of him. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him, but still, not like he needs to work. He's married to the woman who created Sailor Moon. They're getting money from that, so it's not like he needs to work. But whatever. I don't know where the manga can go from here because there's no plot anymore. Gon found Ging. Like that was his goal. His goal was accomplished. and there was no overarching plot in Hunter x Hunter. It was just fine game. That was it. Now it's done. So what else can the manga do? He has to introduce new plot, like to try and keep it going on some Bleach crap, after the defeat of Aizen, or something like Yumakoi Mary, aka Dream Eater Mary, after they beat Heracles, which was a load of crap, by the way he got treated. But that's a completely different issue. That's a completely different issue. Forget that. The point is, yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what they can do at this point. I really don't. Just focus more on this old geeks. Like, I don't know. The freaking Phantom Troop. Like, Kurapika's dude like disappeared. He's missing in action. I guess that's the only real thing left of Phantom Troop. I guess the Zoldyks. Something involving them, I guess. I don't know, but whatever. I'm just rambling about. Oh Jesus! I'm just rambling about what could happen in the manga, which I do not read. So, yeah, that's that, you guys. This episode gets a 6 out of 10, and that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week for the final episode.